называется, что это? Тимми? Это озеро.
Gotcha. Whatever you say, as long as you
Город
pay them.
сверху.
What? A new task? Aren't there other units to bother? What? Aren't there other units to bother? Gotcha.
Tell me.
Attention.
All right.
Building
Oh,
complete.
here we go again. You are gonna pay me for this, right? You call that a plan? Gotcha. Are you sure? What?
Building completed.
I present your mayoral candidates.
Attention.
What?
Units under attack.
Is everything okay?
Yes, tell me. But be quick. A new task? Yes. Okay.
Можно?
Okay. But it's gonna cost you double.
А,
Attention.
хорошо, это...
Building completed.
What do you want now? Okay, right between the eyes.
Just tell me what to do.
Our
Great.
forces are in danger.
Oh, here we go again.
Attention.
Let me put
Building
an arrow in his
completed.
head. A new task.
Completed.
Choose your mayor.
Attention. Building completed.
Так, хорошо.
What? A new task. Okay, are you sure? Yes. Gotcha.
Attention.
Whatever you say.
Attention. Building completed.
Great. Are you sure? Great. You order, you pay.
Интернетом.
Dozens of infected are near the colony. They are approaching from the north. Attention. Building completed.
Yes. You call that a plan?
Attention. Building completed.
Are you sure? Yes. Roger that. Yeah. Great. Okay. Okay. Let's do this.
Attention.
Great. A new task. What's up? Any infected around? Yes. Is that all? Gotcha. What do you idea? No, I'm just kidding. Are you sure?
Our forces are in danger.
You are gonna pay me for this, right? Okay. Are you sure? I hope you're not wasting my time. Yeah, gotcha. Okay. But it's gonna cost you double.
Attention.
Yeah.
Building
Okay.
complete.
Подозрительно мало зомби.
Great. I hope you're not wasting my
Так далеко
time.
зашел.
Okay.
Даже
Yes.
ни одного спешла
Gotcha.
нет.
Yes. Roger that. Is that all? Aren't there other units to bother? Straight to the
Attention.
heart.
Technology research
Yes,
finished.
tell me. But be quick.
Attention. Building completed.
Right?
Building completed.
Understood.
What? A new task. What do you want now? What? Are you sure? task. What's up? Any infected around? A new
Our
task.
soldiers are in
Roger
trouble.
that.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building
Oh,
completed.
more orders. Yeah, gotcha. Whatever you say, as long as you pay me. Okay, roger that. You order, you pay. I hope you're not wasting my time. Yeah,
Attention.
gotcha.
Building
Yeah.
complete.
Может мне и мутанта убить? Вот до него довольно далеко. Хватит. Старит поэкономить,
They are
но
attacking the
что
colony
поделать.
defenses.
Okay, but it's gonna cost you double. Gotcha. Whatever you say. Right? Yeah, okay. But it's gonna cost you double.
Attention.
Gotcha.
Building
Are you
completed.
Sure? Gotcha. Okay. Great. Gotcha. Yeah.
Attention.
Yes.
Building
Roger
completed.
that. Yeah. Gotcha. Sounds interesting. Roger that. Gotcha. Whatever you say, as long as you pay me. Yes. Gotcha. Whatever you say, as long as you pay me. Gotcha. You call that a plan? That. Okay. Gotcha. Great. Sounds interesting. It could be worse. Yeah. Great.
Units under
Блин.
attack.
Подрился.
A new task.
Секунду.
Okay. Are you sure?
Сразу.
Yes. Great. You
Attention.
again.
Building completed.
What?
Knock knock. Who's there? A colony. A colony who? A colony who needs a mayor, that's who.
Attention.
What?
Dozens of infected are near the colony. They are
A new
approaching
task.
from the
Okay.
east. Building completed. Our forces are in danger.
You again.
Тебе надо за-
Yeah. You are
Um,
gonna pay me for this, right? Gotcha. Yes. Roger that. Yeah. Gotcha. Yes. Are you sure? Okay. Okay. Let's do this. Great.
Our
Okay.
soldiers are in trouble.
Hope you're not wasting my time.
Attention.
Okay.
Building
Whatever
completed.
you say, as long as you pay me. Gotcha. Whatever you say.
Our
as long as
defenses
you
are
pay me.
being attacked.
Great. Are you sure? Okay. Gotcha.
Orders.
Attention.
Okay.
Technology
Roger that.
research
You
finished.
order? You call that a plan? Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
Tell me.
You again. Yeah.
Attention. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Sniper is ready. Great idea.
I need to kill something.
Ready and waiting.
I need to spare the scar.
Attention. Building completed. Our forces are in danger.
Tell me your darkest thoughts. Yes, give me something.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Who do you want me to punish?
Attention. Building completed.
Death, lovely death.
Do you need me?
Who do you want me to at your service?
Okay. Great. Gotcha. Roger that. Gotcha.
Units
Great.
under attack.
On your orders.
Gotcha. Great. Yeah.
Attention.
Yes.
Building
Are you sure?
completed.
Great. I hope you're not wasting my time.
Attention.
Tell me.
Building completed.
Death, lovely death.
What?
Waiting on orders.
A new task. It's better
Our
be great.
Is ready.
Yeah. Roger that. Gotcha.
Вау, я...
Whatever you say, as long as you pay me.
Ты так неудачно.
Understood.
I hope you're not wasting my time. A new task. Okay. Yes. Are you sure? I hope you're not wasting my time. What?
Это достаточно?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. You order, you pay. Okay. Yeah.
Our soldiers
You order,
are in trouble.
You pay. I hope you're not wasting my time. Gotcha. I hope you're not wasting my time. What do you want? babe?
Sniper is
Oh,
ready.
here we go again. Okay.
Там все не торопятся.
Roger that. Okay.
Бегать.
Are you sure? I hope you're not wasting my time.
The
Gotcha.
colony
Great.
is under attack.
You again.
Perfect.
Units under attack.
Let's go.
What's up? Anyone left anything?
Your sniper and your service.
Last night was amazing. Yes. Okay. Gotcha. I hope you're not wasting my time. Gotcha.
I need to kill something. Warrior that. Yes, tell me what to kill.
Our defenses are being attacked.
Tell me your darkest thoughts.
Attention.
Night I dreamt
Building
of
completed.
Understood.
Building completed.
Tell me.
Roger that. I hope you're not wasting my time. Okay. Yes. Gotcha. Yeah. Yes. Great. Roger that. Okay. Gotcha. You call
Sniper
that.
is ready.
Okay. Yeah. Roger that. Okay. Great. Yeah. Okay.
Building completed.
Sure. Yeah. Gotcha. Yes.
The walls are under attack. Attention. Building completed.
Sniper is ready.
What's up? Any
Our
infected
buildings are
around?
being
Yeah.
attacked.
Great. Okay. Are you sure? Roger that.
Attention.
Yes.
Building completed.
Lovely death.
I hope you're not wasting
The
my time.
infection is spreading
Roger
across
that.
the colony.
Yeah. Are you sure? Roger that. Yeah. Great. Are you sure?
Walls are under attack.
Yes, give me something to shoot. Warrior that. I smell this.
Units under attack.
Tell me your darkest thoughts. My rifle is ready. More right.
Attention.
So
Building
many targets
completed.
gonna land.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
I need to explode the skull.
Attention. Building completed.
Who do you want me to punish?
They are attacking the colony defenses.
That's a certain kill.
Let's go. Great idea, sir.
So many targets gonna love it. Tell me the sniper is ready. I need to explode the skull. All
Attention.
right.
Building
My
completed.
rifle is ready.
Attention. Building completed.
Tell me your darkest thoughts.
Our forces are in danger. Attention.
Там на
Building
границе.
Turns out, a colony needs a
Oh.
mayor. Who knew?
Все замечательно.
Attention. Building completed. Attention.
Nice target.
Building completed.
Warrior that. My
Attention.
rifle is ready.
Building completed.
Gonna do some brains.
Attention.
Yeah.
Building completed.
Sniper. Sniper is ready. I need to explode the skull. Slow but lethal.
The walls are under attack.
Your darkest thoughts. Your sniper and your service.
Attention. Building complete. Building completed.
Сразу оба бегут.
Tell me your darkest thoughts.
Классно, классно.
They are attacking the colony defenses. Our soldiers are in trouble. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. The colony is under attack. Attention. Building completed.
Are you sure?
Attention.
Sounds
Building
interesting.
completed.
It could be worse. Yes. Great. Yeah. Great. Okay. Great. Are you sure? Okay. Great. Okay. Okay.
The walls
Gonna
are
cost
under
you
attack.
double. Are you sure? Gotcha. Roger that.
Orders, sir.
The sniper is ready.
Our forces are in danger.
Tell me your darkest thoughts.
Let's go.
Attention. Building completed. Our soldiers are in trouble. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Yes, tell me what to kill.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building for attack.
My machine is ready. Let's go.
Attention. Building completed.
Yes, tell me what to kill.
Service.
Tell me your darkest thoughts.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Yes. Good idea, sir. Jolly good.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Attention. Building completed. Building
Oh,
completed.
hello.
Attention. Building completed. They are trying to break through.
Excuse me? Hello. Is it tea time already?
Building
Hello.
completed.
Jolly good. Indeed.
Это вообще очень маленькая волна пока что.
Good morning, sir.
The infected is heading into the colony.
Good morning, sir.
They are approaching from the west.
Excuse me?
Attention.
Yes.
Building completed.
Good morning, sir. Jolly good.
Yes, give me something to shoot.
Is being attacked. Attention. Building completed. They are trying to break through. Attention. Building completed. Walls are under attack. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention.
Очень долго там.
Attention. Building completed.
А это, конечно, не ЗД.
At your service.
Просто не ЗД. Еще.
Yes. It's a wonderful
Our
day. don't
defenses
you
are being attacked. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. They are trying to break through. The colony is under attack.
Feel the wrath of the Titan.
The walls are under attack.